What is up, everyone? March Jig 8 here, bringing you guys the news in the flash. Let's get into it. So for our first story, I actually had a hard time thinking that this was an actual thing, that somebody legitimately tried to pull this off. So at Chester Bennington's funeral, the attendees were all given out these memorial packages as a way to celebrate the late frontman of Linkin Park in a way that was very fitting towards his career and passion. They included a wristband, a laminate, a pamphlet, and a pin that had his autograph engraved into it, similar in a fashion as you might see in like a VIP package for concerts. This package was confirmed by Austin Carlisle, who of all people was actually there at the funeral, and snapped a photo of it and posted it on Instagram. Well, apparently, two of these packages actually surfaced on eBay by two different sellers, and holy hell, did they rack up the bidding price. The first package, which had 134 bids on it, was already over $51,000, and the second package, which only had 12 bids on it, was just shy of $35,000. Now, at this point, eBay has already removed these items, but it still blows my mind that people can do this kind of shit, and I think that's why it was so hard for me to believe that this was actually something legit. When I first read this, there were two things that came to my mind. One is that some trolls got their hands on some photos and were trying to stir up drama by creating fake posts, or that somebody is trying to bootleg the memorial package and use the death of Chester Bennington as a selling point. But I don't really know, though. Maybe somebody who was at the funeral, or at least got their hands on one of these packages, did do this, and holy hell, would that be a really shitty thing to do. I want to know what you guys think, though. Do you think that this was done by somebody who was attending the funeral, or do you think that this might have been a troll or a bootlegger aiming for a quick buck? Leave a comment down below. Now, bear with me, guys. I know that I've talked about this whole situation a lot between these two last weeks, but I do have one more story I want to share regarding both Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell, and it was just too bittersweet not to. And to be honest, I think that if there's another major update to this story, or a band pays tribute to Linkin Park and Chester by performing one of their songs, this will most likely be my final update to the story. Now, as mentioned before, Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington were very close friends, so when Chris Cornell took his own life, Chester actually sang Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah at his funeral during the eulogy. Well, coming around in full circle, earlier today, Chris Cornell's 12-year-old daughter, Toni Cornell, joined the band One Republic on Good Morning America and performed Hallelujah as a tribute to not only her father, but also Chester as well. It was an amazing tribute, and she did a great job of it. I'll leave the links down below if you guys want to check out. It's definitely something I recommend checking out, because it gives closure to this whole story. It's a final farewell, I guess, especially for me. I know I've talked a lot about the story, and to be honest with you guys, it's saddening. It's saddening every time I talk about it. So just seeing this, seeing how well his daughter performed the song, it's definitely something worth checking out. Let's move on, though. Patrick Stump has announced that Fall Out Boy will be pushing the release date on their upcoming album Mania back. Now, most of the time when a band says that they're pushing a release date back, it might mean a couple of weeks, or even it might mean like a month at most. Most of the time. But not Fall Out Boy, no. They pushed their release date all the way back to January 19th, 2018. The reason for this is because the band felt that the album wasn't ready yet and that it felt very rushed. Patrick says that he won't release something that he doesn't genuinely believe in, and to be honest with you guys, I gotta respect that. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it, especially to the people who pre-ordered this. Are you willing to wait until next year to get this album? And do you think that Fall Out Boy should have pushed the release date so far back when the album was set to be released next month? Leave your comments down below letting me know. Overwatch fans will be happy to hear that Blizzard has announced that the summer game events will be returning next week on August 8th. With it comes the skins that were originally released from last year's event, with them now being able to be purchased with credits, and they're also at a reduced price as well. So instead of paying the usual event prices for these skins, you'll instead pay the regular prices you see for skins in base game. I'm just happy I can finally get that Mercy skin I've always wanted. Which, by the way, her and Junkrat, and I also think McCree and Widowmaker, have been confirmed to be getting new skins with this event. I think Roadhog might also be getting one, but Jeff did say that that was a joke, because, you know, as if they haven't made Roadhog a big enough joke as it is. But I digress. Lucio Ball will also be making a return. For newcomers out there, think of something similar to Rocket League, only you're playing as Lucio instead of Hot Wheels. The mode will also include a new map called Sydney, a new competitive mode, which will last for 3 weeks, which I think is awesome, and it also has a couple of new rule changes. One is that players can no longer boop enemy players, and the other deals with Lucio's ultimate. Instead of it being this ball magnet that pulls the ball closer to you like it was last year, it will now drastically increase Lucio's speed and mobility and allow players to use his alternative fire more frequently. Check out the update below and let me know what you guys' thoughts on the event are. The Wonder Years have announced that they are heading on a new US tour that kicks off next month with support from Laura Stevenson, The Obsessives, and Jetty Bones. The band has stated that these are going to be intimate shows and smaller than normal, so if you guys are interested in joining that or attending it, be sure to jump on it right away. Also, on top of the tour announcement, they've also released the first song off their upcoming acoustic EP. The song is There, and you guys can check the link for that down below. Trivium has announced they are heading on a rather large North American tour with Arch Enemy and support coming from While She Sleeps and Fit for an Autopsy. That tour kicks off in late October and runs all the way into December. Check out the dates for that below. And finally, we got another batch of new songs and music videos for you guys. Sleeping with Sirens released their new song, Empires to Ashes. Avenged Sevenfold released their cover of Del Shannon's Runaway, with it featuring Warren Fitzgerald of the Vandals. PVRIS has released their new song, Winter, which is off their upcoming album, All We Know of Heaven, All We Need of Hell. Gone is Gone, the supergroup featuring members of Mastodon and Queens of the Stone Age, has released their new music video for their song, Echolocation. And finally, Coldplay paid tribute to Linkin Park and Chester Bennington when they performed a stripped-down rendition of Crawling. Be sure to check out all of those down below in the description if you guys are interested. And I want to thank you all for joining me for this episode. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you guys want more, leave a comment if you want a conversation, and I will see you all on the next one. Mars out.